What's up, guys? Welcome today. Got some big news, some big changes coming, and I'm gonna just jump right into it. It is the end of an era as I have decided to shut down Rob Arnold World Studio. But, of course, I'm gonna build a new one. It's gonna be a new Rob Arnold World Studio. So, COVID, man. It's had an effect on us all in different ways, and after all this, just working from home, being with my kids every day, it's summer break right now, but school's going to start back up, uncertainty about that, whether I'm going to be able to go to the studio every day, or whether kids are going to be home and I'm going to be teaching them from the house. So many unknowns about just everything coming up, what's going to happen here. So, just obviously been putting a lot of time and thought and time into thought. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but I put a lot of thought into this, obviously. Laying there at night, thinking about it in the morning, thinking about it all day, like we've all been thinking about everything, kind of life adjustments and everything, and it just seems more efficient and more economical for me to move out of my studio and move my operation into my basement, which is currently an enormous basement that is unfinished at the moment. I had always planned to finish it, just making kind of like a living area, but as I'm sitting there on the treadmill every morning or whatever because of this whole thing, I'm thinking, man, all I gotta do is turn this into my studio down here. There's plenty of room down there for living area for the family, and just to have another kind of living space there to hang out and stuff, and for me to have my studio. I'm gonna downgrade, get rid of a bunch of gear that I probably should have gotten rid of a long time ago. So I'm gonna be having some sales here and there, perhaps. I don't even know if I'm gonna make that public or not. I mean, I'm just trying to get rid of stuff fast here to make room. As the studio is, I forget exactly right now, something like 2,000 square feet. Now I'm going to be downgrading to probably a total of 1,000 square feet in terms of my storage and where the studio is going to be and all that. So lots of big old road cases to get rid of, stuff that is only good for a band and a trailer, touring and stuff like that I've hung on to just because I've had the space and because I love the stuff. I love gear of every shape, size, form, everything. If it has to do with music and stuff like that, I love it. So I'm just kind of a pack rat when it comes to that, and I've kept so much stuff. So I'm currently on my way down there right now to start breaking stuff down here. But also, this whole thing, it's just something that I would have never ever thought about. Until COVID hit, I had zero plans of ever leaving my studio. I mean, I got a perfect situation down there. I built it from scratch with my buddy George. Like a lot of you guys have heard me in some of the earlier Everything You Love episodes talking about why I did that, how I was gearing up towards the end of my career with Kimura, getting ready to get in there, and well, as I knew my touring was coming to an end, I knew I wanted to get into audio production and just working on music full time in my own place. So I started making plans to build my recording studio, buying all the gear I needed and stuff like that, or that I thought I needed to get started. It's a whole other story altogether. So many people know what I mean without me even explaining that. But building the room that I needed, all that kind of stuff. I already had the Kimura practice spot and just needed to convert that, put some walls up, and turn it into a nice space that I could use with a live room and a control room and a lounge area, bathroom, kitchen, all that kind of stuff. And now I realize I don't need all that stuff, but I'll get into that more throughout the build process. Decisions I'm making based on building a studio the first time, what I learned so that I can build a smarter, more economical and more efficient studio this time. I'm not really recording a lot of bands anymore. I don't need the big live room, and if I do need to record bands or do need to record drums, I'm going to build that into my thought process with this studio, which is going to be slightly more stripped down and kind of just what I need. But back to why I'm doing this. I never would have had this thought. My situation there at where my studio is in downtown Cleveland is perfect. My friend, landlord, I mean, I don't even like to call him my landlord, because Chuck, he's been renting a Kimura space since I think we moved down there in 2003 or 4. He has a big cabinet shop down here in this building that I lease from, and he had some extra space, and we turned that into the Kimura rehearsal spot. My rent is super cheap. I don't pay utilities. I have a great relationship with Chuck. We just kind of hang out and come and go from each other's spots, and he's a live audio engineer with tons of gear and lighting and stuff like that, so it's just perfect. I need something, I borrow it, he needs something from me. Hey, you got this or whatever. He's got tons of stuff. He's super smart, and just a great friend and engineer to have. So that's a shame to give up, having just him to rely on and all that, but he'll still be there for me if I need him. But at any rate, the past 3-4 months I've just been paying rent on the place down there that I'm not even using. And it's been kind of nice being at my house here just being able to, late night after putting the kids to bed, being able to go downstairs and just put in a couple hours if I need to, or getting up early and doing that, or if my wife happens to be home, because I'm kind of a stay-at-home dad now when my wife works, taking care of the kids. But on days my wife's off, then I can just go downstairs. I'm not having to drive to the studio to and from. I mean, I like having that space and everything, but it's been kind of convenient itself. The space itself currently in an unfinished basement isn't absolutely ideal, but after I turn it into what I need to turn it into, I think it's going to be ideal. I never would have had this thought in a million years had a COVID not hit, but because it did, you know, everybody's adjusting and to this completely unknown and uncertain future and universe that we're in the moment. I'm going to just take a quick video here for you guys of something that we're passing here. Currently in beautiful Strongsville, Ohio on a beautiful day. And there's the original Pizza Hut. A lot of history there. I worked there for a long time. Arnold's worked there. Mark. And that is documented in our farm club performance thing back from like 2000, when was that, 2000? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, there's a little like kind of like mini documentary that goes with that thing that you can find online here. I'll try to link it somewhere for you, either on the screen or in the description below, where you can check out that whole experience. And there's some cool stuff about us and our Pizza Hut days. We even had crew guys that went on to work with us, with Camira, that worked at Pizza Hut there. So kind of a big Pizza Hut family there. Who doesn't love pizza, right? Actually, it's been my only job too. You know, I started when I was 16 and got my last real paycheck. I was just thinking about this the other day, talking about employment with my brother and stuff, and I got my last real paycheck probably in like 2000, 2001. Since then, been, I guess, considered self-employed, sole proprietor and stuff with the band. We were like an S corporation type of thing, whatever, but still didn't receive a paycheck from that or anything. Anyways, still appreciate that restaurant business experiences. I love cooking and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I plan to document this whole process for you. I've started doing some before shots of my basement there to see, and then what it's going to turn into. I've started, I got my list all together, my material list, everything I'm going to do. My brother-in-law Will, he's a contractor here in the Strongsville area as well. One-time construction, shout out. You need anything done, give him a ring. But he's going to help me frame the place, and then I think we're just going to kind of finish the rest on my own, maybe some help here and there with electrical and stuff like that from some other buddies. Fortunately, I have a lot of great friends and a good community around me of dudes in technical trades. You know, here in Cleveland, we know how to do it all. No disrespect anywhere else. I'm sure everybody's the same. You know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say there. Anyways, I'm covered. I'm going to nail this thing. I'm going to knock it out. And right now, I got to tell you what I'm most excited about is flipping on my computer and my monitors and my interface and everything for the first time in my new spot after it's walled, carpeted, painted, trimmed out, lighting in, all that kind of stuff. Turning on my shit and getting to work on that album with the Andals. I've been waiting for, every time I get close to diving into it, because it's a huge undertaking. Everything I do is like I put so much pressure on myself with this huge undertaking of pressure of all the things I have to do, because I want it to be so successful, and I try to have all the bases covered. And I think about everything as a whole, as a big picture, rather than just little things and then being surprised with unexpected things. I try to think of everything and get it all ready and everything, and that undertaking in itself keeps getting derailed as things come up for me, or new projects or this or that I got to work on. So at any rate, I can't wait to dive into that and get that out for you. I know I've been talking about it for too long. It's been on the back burner for way too long, and that's really what I'm most excited about. Finishing some other projects I got going as well, working on new music, a new place, a new environment is always inspiring. Like I've said before, even getting new instruments, you know? You go into a guitar center, you're playing that guitar or that drum set or whatever, you got some new drum as part of a kit there, you know, it's just inspirational. And so a new room, new vibes, all that. I know it's gonna be great. I know what y'all really want. Who knows, maybe we can get to work on that too. We'll see. Anyways, really excited about this. Excited for you guys to come along with the journey for me. It's probably gonna be a multi-episode type of thing. Watch me make the studio transformation from one location to the next, opening a new chapter in the Rob Arnold World Saga. Anyways, guys, I'll be back when I think of some more. Cheers. Thanks so much for everything. And, yeah. Hey, if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. If you like this sort of thing, this kind of transformation I'm making from studio to studio and wanting to be along for this build, please hit the thumbs up button for me and come back for the future episodes where I plan to show you the current state of my basement right now, how I've got everything laid out and the plans I've got for it, the material that's been delivered, and how we're going to get started just framing this sucker out and getting it going. I'm super excited for that. I also take you to the current Rob Arnold world that I'm breaking down and give it that tour of the studio from room to room that everybody's been asking for so long, but unfortunately it's under some unfortunate circumstances that I'm moving out of the place and all that. But anyways, if you like the sound of that and you want to see those, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when those videos are going to hit. Check out all the other videos on my channel, from my Everything You Love conversation show to my quick riff guitar lessons, live shows, all sorts of cool stuff like that. If you can support the channel, I'd appreciate it at patreon.com/RobArnoldWorld. Thank you so much to all my current supporters, everybody who's helping me make this journey happen. I could not do it without you guys. Thank you for that. Cheers, seriously, I mean it. Hire me on Cameo for cool shout outs, customized, personalized birthdays, anniversaries, Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever. I'm there for you. Cameo.com/RobArnoldWorld. Check out my instructional DVD and everything else you can find in the description below. Cheers, guys, and before I go, let me leave you just with a little riff that I just wrote. Check this one out. Who knows what that's going to turn into? I got some plans for it, though, so don't go stealing it now. Cheers, guys. Hope to see you on the next ones. I'm excited to break them out. Right on.